I've been asked to talk about the Reds and their upcoming season. You know, I've followed and covered this organization, the Cincinnati Reds, I think since 1994. Played for them in 86, 87, 88. You knew all that. I have never, ever been this positive on this ball club going into a season. I mean, they are locked and loaded. They're ready to rock and roll through the season. Why? They've got the starting pitching. They've got some star players. Joey Votto's as good as there is in the game. You got a team that is great defensively. The only question I would bring up as far as defensively is Chu in center field. Now this is a guy, and I've talked to scouts in the American League, he was a very poor right fielder. Right field to me is the easiest position to play in the big leagues, or just in baseball. And now you're going to ask him to move center field. I think there could be problems. Because you've had a chance to watch Drew Stubbs over the years. He's one of the best center fielders in the game. I mean, the guy could flat out play, gets a great jump on the ball. Chu in center field, I mean, I don't know if Dusty's going to be able to watch that on a daily basis. But here's what's so good about the Reds. If Chu can't do it in center field, Jay Bruce can move from right field to center field and put Chu back in right field where he's more comfortable. That's a question mark. Frazier at third base. You know, last month or so, he kind of struggled. He was competing with Scotty Rowland for playing time. I think the organization, I think there's some people that are real high on Frazier, others not so much. I think you got to give that guy the playing time every single day. Play him, play him, play him, play him till he drops. If Frazier does go down or he struggles, you've got Hanahan. Hanahan's a guy that they got from the Cleveland Indians. Very good defensively, and so they can platoon at third base. The biggest question mark, and everyone's talked about it, and I'm a little tired of talking about it, but I've kind of flipped on this. I thought he should have been left as a closer. I've thought about it, thought about it, thought about it. Got to move him. You got to move him. He's got to be a starter. Why? Because this organization is not trying to just win the division. They're trying to win the World Series. That's the whole point. They're in it to win the whole ball of wax. I mean, they're going balls to the wall here. You got to have Chapman. You've got to have three guys, really just two guys. You got to do the 1-2 combination, kind of like Schilling and Randy Johnson, the lefty-righty. You'd have Cueto, and you'd have Chapman in a playoff. Think about how tough that would be as an opposing team coming in there, especially against left-handed hitters. I mean, Chapman is going to get those lefties out every single time. You got to break up the righties. So when you think about, well, is he better suited for the bullpen or as a starter? Yeah, for the season, yeah, that's fine to leave Chapman in and be the closer. But what they're doing, and the Reds organization, I give them a lot of credit, they want to win it all. And to have Chapman as a starter, I would hate to come into Cincinnati and face a starting rotation of Cueto. Let's say a 4-game series. You got Cueto, Chapman, Latos, and Bailey. You could be looking at, as a position ball player, maybe 1 for 16 in the series, maybe 0 for 16, 2 for 16. I mean, you're not going to get fat, and you're not going to pad your average facing this rotation with the Cincinnati Reds. All in all, I gave you the 3 question marks, but they can be, you know, adjusted. There's solutions to in case this happens, this is what they can do. It's going to be a great season for the Cincinnati Reds. I'd tell you this, I'd get your World Series tickets ready because they're going to the World Series.